We are calling to order the meeting of Monday, November 10th, 2025 at 6:30 for WOA's open workshop. Let's stand, please. Stand, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, justice for all.
Okay,
Test one,
Matt,
two, check.
can you take a roll call, please?
Absolutely. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay, Tom Clark is absent tonight. Jay Respler, Bob Brown, Kathy Dodano,
Here.
Joe Atanasio,
Here.
Kathy Clark and Gleason, and Jeff Simonson. And I'm here, Matt Lubis, General Manager. We have Kristen Parisa and Susie Weingartner. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Quiet crowd.
Good evening.
You want to go right into the management report?
I would love to. All right, even though it's getting to be close to winter time, we still got a lot of things going on. The front multi-purpose room was repainted on Friday and it looks great. If anyone's been in there, they replaced some trim and things that were banged up and looks really good. Town Center Committee picked out the colors and they look beautiful, so thank you to them. Over in Whittingham, our concrete project is finally done. They finished that up last week, right before the weather, so it's great. A couple other minor things. The lower roof on 52A Rutland was replaced last week. That was approved, I believe, about 3 weeks ago, a month ago, so happy we finally got that in before the winter. Our Whittingham gutter cleaning right now is scheduled for December 1st. We pushed it back a little bit because we want to make sure all the leaves fall off the trees and we don't get any callbacks about anything. So we'll get notices out to everybody once that date's really, really firm. May change with the weather, so just wanted to throw that out there. Our irrigation system is winterized and off for the season. Yay. We're always happy about that. We get a lot of calls about irrigation issues, so it's nice to see that shut down for the season, but I think we had a pretty good irrigation season, much better than last year. Over in Whittingham, the fence project is rolling. I hope you guys take a look at all the new fences going up. They look really, really nice. Once the guys really started, they're getting into a groove. They're getting here earlier. They got materials on site in our parking lot, so as of this morning, they were on Winthrop at building 47 and 49. So they're moving up the street pretty good. And we're going to keep going as long as we can. We are going to shut them down in December with the holidays and everything because nobody wants to see their fence ripped out right around the holidays. So we're going to get as much done as we can, but very, very happy with the progress. One last thing I do want to mention. We did over in Whittingham, we did have a fire in one of the units, a chimney fire a couple weeks ago. Not going to make too many comments on it because we don't have the official report from the fire inspector yet. It's coming. But we're working with our insurance company, brokers, and we got some adjusters coming in and everybody looking at. So there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes. We're just waiting for that final report. So I wanted to throw it out there because I know people talk, people have seen what's going on over there. We got the building is secure, so it's weather tight. Just waiting for all the insurance people to do their thing. But I'm not really going to answer any questions on it just because it's still an ongoing investigation. I don't have the report yet, so I just want to mention that to everybody. And that's it, Kathy.
Okay, let's move on to recreation. Kristen, please.
Okay. Can you hear me? Hello? Yes? Okay. Tonight is the deadline to purchase tickets for our brunch. No? Now can you? Okay. Hello? So tonight is the deadline to purchase tickets for our brunch with entertainment by Barry Jason this Sunday, November 16th. On Wednesday, November 19th at 1 p.m. in the ballroom, we have Sergeant Joseph Gallardo and U.S. Marine Walter doing a presentation that gives the viewer a true account of the Vietnam soldiers' experience. We have 2 movies scheduled for November at 1 p.m. in the Arts and Crafts Dance Room, November 22nd, About My Father, and November 30th, Vacation. December 3rd and 25th, bus trips to resorts in Atlantic City are both on sale now with the concierge. We have few seats left on our bus trip to New York on December 17th to see Chess, the musical. And New Year's Eve is now on sale. We'll have DJ Jeff as the DJ, and it is catered by the Greenery. You could see the flyer for the rest of the details.
Okay, the next item on our agenda is the review of our October 20th open workshop meeting minutes. I'm just going to look to the crowd here and see if anyone has any comments. No comments? We will vote on that at the next meeting, right, Matt? Okay, and we are moving on to new business. We have a new vendor for the indoor-outdoor pool contract. We chose this vendor out of a proposal of, out of a package of 6 proposals. We had a committee, a board committee, 3 individuals who reviewed all the proposals, made sure that everyone qualified, and met with some of the vendors to discuss. And we are going with this company, Millennial Pool Management. And I'm going to hand it over to Joe since he was on that committee.
Okay, good evening. Our pool management selection committee, Bob Brown, myself, and Kathy and Matt, we interviewed the representative of Millennial Pool Management LLC. Quite impressed with their presentation. The company was started in 2019, has grown considerably. The pools they service are in HOAs, active adult communities, including Clearbrook. I spoke to the chair of the pool committee, very impressed with these people. Golf and country clubs and apartment complexes in 8 states, as far away as Colorado and Florida, including Harrah's Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City. That's a good point, because when you manage a pool in a casino, it's open till 4 in the morning. So what you're dealing with is people that may have been overserved, over-celebrated, and may just want to drown their sorrows, for lack of a better term. Their staffing, 3 lifeguards at the outdoor pool at all times, including 1 lead lifeguard who will be consistent to this property. 1 lifeguard will be assigned to the indoor pool during the hours of operations. Lifeguards will be consistent to the property whenever possible. Lifeguards will be assigned to the indoor pool during inclement weather. A pool gate monitor will be included in the 3 outdoor guards to view ID, monitor sign-in, and check-in guests. Overlapping shifts to ensure staffing level consistency so they can take breaks as they rotate. Lifeguards will arrive on site 30 minutes prior to opening. They have an app on their phone, okay, which is basically GPS tracked. They can't sign in unless they're on the property. Okay. Backup lifeguard will be on site within 30 minutes in the event of a call out. Lifeguards, technicians, and managers are local to Monroe. Lifeguard audit twice weekly to assess lifeguard performance, meaning a lifeguard auditor would come on site, speak with management, and possibly the pool committee to make sure that the lifeguards are doing their job. Their responsibilities. We, Greenbrier, will provide a pool opening and closing checklist specific to our pool area. Millennial will create a playbook specific to Greenbrier, which will include our rules for each guard. They will do chemical testing and balancing, vacuuming and skimming of surface, brush the walls and steps, empty skimmers and strainers, backwash and clean filters, and record chemical levels throughout the day. We decided that this would be the company we're using. They checked all the boxes, and I'm sure we're going to be happy with them. Thank you. And also, that we also spoke to them if there were a specific lifeguard in the past that we knew and wanted, they would be willing to talk to him and possibly hire him or her. Okay? And the Town Senate Committee is creating a pool subcommittee, which will have oversight over the pool. Thank you.
So the cost of that contract for Millennial Pool will be $228,000, which is in line with what we were currently paying. It is a small increase, it's about a 2% increase, right, Matt? Somewhere in that vicinity. Just in line with what we've been paying. So 2%, much better than the 6% we've been seeing. Okay, the next contract is for a Whittingham fall planting proposal from LMS. It is a cost of $9,705.91, which includes tax. And this is for various shrub and tree replacements throughout the Whittingham community. Just a lot of aged vegetation that needed to be replaced. We've been doing that on both the WOA side, in the common areas, in the clubhouse, and we're now looking at Whittingham, and we're taking care of whatever shrubbery, trees are dying or diseased and need to be replaced. And then the third item we have is for 1A Chadwick. We have a chimney housing replacement project, and it will be completed by Yondo Contracting for a total of $6,875. And Matt, do you want to just give a little bit of detail on that?
Yeah, it looks like this, I don't have the exact year, but this roof was replaced already, 2022. Why some of the housings were not replaced as part of that project, I can't answer that because I wasn't here, but it's in need. It should have been done back then. It's leaning and we don't want it to fall over, so we're going to get it done as soon as possible.
So I think the 2022 roof replacements were done by KPI 2, I think was the name of the contractor, and they decided what chimney replacements needed to be done. If they didn't feel that the chimney was in jeopardy, they didn't replace it, but apparently they missed that one. And it's leaning significantly. Looks like the Tower of Pizza. Okay, so moving on to our financial update. I just want to give everyone an update of where we are with our financials. We did receive September financials, and we have reviewed them. We've prepared our documents. We are meeting with Budget and Finance on Thursday, the 17th, no, 13th, excuse me, November 13th. At that meeting, we are going to finalize our 2026 budget and maintenance increases. There will be increases. They are tied predominantly to things that are out of our control. Insurance has gone up this year, 2026, rather significantly, a little bit more than last year, but approximately 12 to 14%. And there are other factors, again, driving, of course, our capital reserve contributions, again, all dictated or mandated by New Jersey state law, which is the structural integrity law. which requires us to ensure that we have sufficient funding for our capital projects. So in order to comply, we have to increase the contributions to capital reserves. And that's it for the financial reports. I just want to add that after our meeting on Thursday, November 13th, we will, as I said, finalize the 2026 budget. If everything is good with the information that we provide to Budget and Finance and there are no further comments, we will distribute to the community so that they have advance notice and can take a look at the information, the financial information provided. We will send it out as soon as we can, right after that meeting. And then we will present to the community on November 20th, the update for the 2026 budget. Okay, Matt, I'm going to turn this over to you. We have old business and an update on the restaurant.
I thought Tom would give you something for that to talk about.
I thought you had just a recap.
I could.
Tom has met with the individual, I'll call him that, Todd Wurzel. He has met with him, but there is still a lot of things that need to be worked out. He will talk to our attorney. We are meeting with the attorney tomorrow, and he will have more information at our next meeting that kind of puts everything together and includes what our attorney has given us in terms of information to sort of what we have to do for a vote and possibly to go forward with this vendor. And now is our open forum. And of course, as always, we're going to limit any comments to 3 minutes per person.
How's this, everybody? There we go.
Thank you. Barbara Rackbuck, 10C Rutland. I know you're not able to tell us now what caused the fire on Winthrop. However, okay now, which is better? I don't really know.
You want to take my mic instead?
Sure. Why not? Okay. I know you can't talk about the cause of the fire at this point because you don't have a final answer. But I have two questions that are really important, I think, that have to do with fire and fireplaces. We need to know what the current policy is on wood burning stoves. Some people tell me that there's a moratorium on it. No one's allowed to do a wood burning stove at this point in time. Other people say that's not true. I'm not sure. So I think we need to publish a policy for everybody to see and hear and know what the policy is on wood burning stoves. Second thing is, in the spring of every second year, we get a notification that says you need to do your dryer vent cleaning and an inspection of your fireplaces. That did not take place this year. We did not get a notification. I didn't get one because I'm decommissioned. I know that. No one else I spoke to who isn't decommissioned got a notice that said, now is the time to do it. I'm not going to argue with you, so you don't need your mic. You can take mine right back.
All right, you got me? Okay, we can definitely send out the policy because there is definitely a policy. You can have wood burning fireplaces, you can have it decommissioned, you can have it converted to gas, all that stuff. There is a policy in place. So I mean, we can email that out to everybody if they would like.
Yes, I would like
Um,
that.
And for the inspections, yes, we did send notices out this year. Most people are on an every other year cycle, so not everybody was due up this year. But everybody that was due up got notices about their dryer vents and their chimney inspections because
Well-
Susie sent them out herself.
Should you have been on the same schedule for dryer vents and the fireplace?
Susie, correct me if I'm wrong, the same dryer vent and chimney is every 2 years. So everyone who got a notice this year had to get their dryer and their chimney. They're on the same
Ah.
years.
Didn't happen in all cases. Maybe a few slipped through. None of the people I spoke to had gotten one. And it's important. Two,
Well,
do we
I'm
notify?
gonna correct you, Barbara,
Go ahead.
because we have a whole list of everybody we sent them out to. And all the
Uh,
ones that came back in. So if you're talking to people, they may have been on a different cycle.
Oh, I don't know. If they got a notice on their dryer vents, they should have gotten one on their fireplace. But I'm not going to argue that point with you. Okay?
But they are going out. And we are getting them back in from people. And the deadline was May 31st.
If you were decommissioned, as I recall, because it was a big debate here, you had to have the front of your fireplace closed off, either with a plexiglass or fiberglass or some kind of thing that closed it off. And then they came and they took apart your top of your fire chimney and they put another seal up there. So you cannot use it, but both had to be closed off. There are cases that I know of where that's not the case. I don't know. I'm worried about the fact that we have a lot of new people. Are they being notified when they move in that they have to, one, get an inspection, and two, decommission or use it, one or the other?
They get that information. Actually, their home inspectors actually do an inspection on the fireplace and chimneys, most of them that we get.
They don't do a level two. Okay, and a level two requires a camera going up the flue.
Yep.
Okay, we also would
They're
probably.
actually all level twos we require over there.
We also probably should be looking towards a level three because of the amount of debris that's being found in chimneys as they're being opened up and the roofs are being put up. I understand that there are a couple of places where the gentlemen who were doing the repairs, when questioned about the amount of leaves, et cetera, in the fireplace, in the section between the flue and the framework of the chimney, we're told they have no way of taking care of that. It's a rumor.
Time, please.
Okay, do I have one more question, please?
No. Anybody else have a question before she can come back? If no one else has a question, she can ask a second one. If
Okay.
someone has a question, you go ahead of her.
All right.
No, you're good. Go.
Okay. Your second question.
3
I
minutes
have is-
again.
I don't think it'll take me 3 minutes. What's the story on electricians? We have lights that are on from the corner of Whittingham Drive up Winthrop, around Rutland, that are on 24/7. We have other lights that are out on the pathway from here to the clubhouse. Reported it a month ago. Nothing's been done.
I can give you an update on our electrician. We had a great electrician who was in business for 50, 60 years, Walt Danley. Walt's in his lower 80s and he has decided not to be an electrician anymore. It's time for him to retire. He had a tough time getting around and everything. He had very good techs working for him who were not licensed. They were working under his license as an apprentice. So we've actually we found a new electrician and we're going to start pushing some work orders to them very quickly. The main thing was we wanted to try and keep the knowledge from Danley Electric. So one of his apprentices is now working for another licensed firm. So it took him a little while to get all set up there. We wanted him to be able to do the work at the same rates that we were paying. So they have agreed to do that. So we just finalized that. So we'll be getting work orders out and get all these little things fixed as quick as we can.
Thank you.
So yeah, It was a delay. You're right.
I just want to make a comment. I happen to have the policy, the addendum that was done for fireplaces, wood burning stoves, chimneys, and flues. It went into effect, Barbara, I don't know if you can hear me. It went into effect on January 1st, 2023. Matt, you said that you would send a copy to her. So there is a standing policy on fireplaces and so on. And it explains very clearly what needs to be done. As for homes, when someone moves into a home, they have to get an inspection, and I believe there's also some kind of fire code that they have to meet.
Well, that's the alarm system needs to get checked as well, and a certification done along with that every time there's a resale of a home.
Any other questions?
We have one on Zoom.
Great.
Okay, only one, thanks. From Irene Solomon at 6 Leads. Her question is, when we get to a resident vote on the restaurant, will people who do not have an email on file, will they get a hard copy to vote? Absolutely. It's just like our elections. We do it electronically, but we know who does not have an email address, so we have security deliver them a hard copy instead of, paying for postage. No offense against post office, it's just cheaper to have security do it. So the answer to your question is yes, Irene.
Okay, no other questions? Andy?
Yes, hi, Andy O'Reilly, for Joffrey. Can I ask if you're thinking about having a resident vote sorry, are you thinking about having a resident vote for charge for the restaurant? Going to be a majority of voters, a majority of residents.
We are currently speaking with our attorney. I do believe that it is a majority of voters, whoever turns out for the vote, whatever number of votes we get in return to the vote, to the issue of voting, it would have to be a majority.
I think that is fraught with danger. I see three possible options. One that you've suggested, that to leave the non-voters who are not in favor of that's going to leave the voters, the people who did not vote, who do not want to contribute, upset that they're being charged on their homeowners association. The other approach could be an opt-out for anybody who doesn't want to contribute to the restaurant. The approach that I think is better is an opt-in. Just identify the people who want to frequent the restaurant and have whatever monthly charge that is determined to be appropriate for the restaurateur apply to their HOA fund. This would be a better quality customer and somebody who I believe would be willing to pay more than the general public for the monthly HOA fee for the restaurant. Thank you for your listening.
Thank you, but you have to understand, it's actually a credit. We understand, make sure we're really clear on that. It's not a charge to your HOA, it's a credit to be used in the restaurant. Not an additional charge. You can use the $15 or $20, whatever it is, to eat at the restaurant. Just so we're clear on that. Thank you.
And we are working on whatever arrangement we can make with, one, the vendor, and two, that is, I guess, acceptable by our attorney, so that no one is penalized. For example, we're asking whether or not we can, whatever the fee may be, if someone receives, let's say, a card with a credit on it for payment of whatever it might be, the $15, whether they can pass that card to someone else that may want to frequent the restaurant. Unfortunately, we are in a community, and most of what we do is decided upon by the majority. But again, we are looking to our vendor and to our attorney to see what we can do that would be favorable for all. Okay. Any other questions? Any questions on the board? And we will move to adjourn.
Second.